Bonjour, Kinamagin in Ireland, Indijnakas, and welcome to our latest edition of our Week at a Glance videos featuring Week 7. As per the normal, we'll begin in our Google Classroom. This is accessible to students using their @sagchipschool.net emails. You must have one of those in order to access it, as it is not a public page, but it is completely encouraged that you be able to sit down with your student and look at it together. A lot of these things are emailed to you, so you don't have to depend on your student downloading this app and getting it to you. We include things like our videos that you will see shortly when you get this email. We have our breakfast and lunch menu, a few older items, and then any other important notes we will also put there. In our classwork tab, you're going to start seeing if the students show this to you. In addition to these links to these videos, students can access it. We have added spelling in. Now, students won't see all of these. It's differentiated, so they'll see one of them. You have math videos, so if you're absent, you can go back through and watch the video. We'll be updating these with the beginning of chapter 3 as of today, or at the end of today. Students can access science, so just click on it, lesson 6, we're ready to go. And then web is what we used to call weekly expected basics when we started with COVID, but it's an opportunity for students to read online, learn about technology. This is where we put our citizenship. Happy Numbers is a math one. Duolingo is a class favorite. We haven't really launched Khan Academy yet, but we'll be launching that soon as another resource students are allowed to use. These are encouraged to be used not only in the classroom, but also at home. So if your student has already cleaned their room and they still just asking, can I have something to do, please? Here's some things they may be able to use. And if they go through their Google Classroom, they can log in using their @sagchipschool.net emails. So you don't even have to have the overwhelming joy of trying to find the right spot on the internet. Looking at our newsletter, this Thursday edition comes with no school tomorrow. So there will be school today, unlike some of the neighboring schools. This is the best place to be. But tomorrow we're going to do professional development, so we'll be here, but your students get to enjoy a wellness day off. I encourage them all to take like 20 minutes to read. Maybe spend some time in a positive way together. Get a little rest and relaxation before we finish the end of this quarter. Our next scheduled Wellness Way Day is on Tuesday. We'll tentatively be going to Bundy Hill, located in western Isabella County. It is the peak or the highest point of the county. It's a really cool place to take a walk. There's trails, so it's not like death-defying. It's not like climbing Kilimanjaro or Everest. But I still recommend either hiking shoes or tennis shoes. Tennis shoes are fine. Closed-toed shoes being the ideal. Because, we are outside, of course. Always get some amazing views of the neighboring countryside, and it does include some educational markers. They kind of tell the story of the land prior to it becoming a park. On Fridays, we are continuing with Popcorn Friday. Students can buy up to 4 bags at 50 cents each, or 2 cups of Gatorade at 25 cents each. And just a reminder that we do send homework on Tuesdays and Thursdays, including tonight. So students will have homework. It should take them hours or just a couple minutes. The goal of this is to have students learn that responsibility piece. If it's something that's kind of difficult for you at home and you can't help your student, just send me an email and I will work with the student there. The goal isn't to stress everyone out. And after all, I'm not my teachers as a middle schooler and fifth grader who loved to stress us out. I'm learning we're moving into a new chapter today on dividing by one-digit divisors. We will continue to work on our previous skills of place value and multiplication until our students have it mastered. That is, in fact, our job to get them ready for middle school. Language arts, we're looking at a unit on character development. And hopefully we can start seeing this actually kind of applied in the writing as well, once we get to narratives. Social studies, we continue to look at North American tribal regions, especially at the Eastern Woodlands, which is our home. Mystery science, we continue looking at the web of life, tentatively scheduled to have the unit test on the last week of the quarter. And then we'll start a new content in the new quarter. And you can see our language down here. Not all, but a fair amount comes from the Ojibwe People's Dictionary. Feel free to visit that website. I do encourage it. Our week at a glance document here. It's always useful to maybe show students like, hey, what are we doing here? Did you do this? What did you learn about that? Conversation starters. It's also a nice organizational tool for me. All right. You'll see that we have a regular week. We have a 5-day week, even though we'll be out of the building part of the day on Tuesday. You can see in writing, we're doing a couple different things, a friendly letter, and then also continuing on with our opinion pieces. Math, the new unit, you see our science, the last mystery of the quarter, and then we'll have the review and performance task the next sessions. Social studies, we're kind of doing several different things. We're looking at the electoral process and also how our tribal regions, especially here in the Great Lakes. You can see what we're covering in math review and enrichment, our web pieces. We don't always get to web as it's computer-based, but when we do, that's what we'll be covering. As always, if you have any questions, I do encourage you to reach out to me at mireland@sagchipschool.net. Hope everyone has a minogijigad, minwa, pamapin.